After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 254. It is not Monday. Nope. It's Tuesday, April 11th.
I was going to say it's not Sunday. Nope.
No, it isn't. It is Monday, April 10th, 2017. And we want to welcome all new returning viewers to the PHN Fluent Woman Cave. I am Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I am Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
Glad to have you with us. Mm-hmm. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. If you are returning, thank you for rejoining us.
If we are returning?
If you are returning, we thank you for returning, and we appreciate that. Thank you very much. And if you are new, we thank you for joining us and hope that you find something that you enjoy to keep you coming back. If you are in the shadows, I am getting to it. If you are in the shadows...
I didn't say anything. I looked at you.
Yes, you looked at my teacup.
Actually, I didn't.
Mm-hmm. We want... If you...
She's a little paranoid.
If you are lurking in the shadows, please feel free to come out and join us officially. If you're watching us on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to do so. It's a little red button on the left as you look at it. And if you are in the shadows and not in the Ravelry group yet, then please join us there as well, so you can be eligible for prizes and giveaways and things like that. Stop it.
I was waiting to see how long it would take you to be irritated.
All right, we do have some new viewers. We have Cheryl and Pickering. And I don't have a person. I'm assuming it's Cheryl, but welcome.
Or maybe it's Sherilyn.
It might be Sherilyn as well. And then we have E. Fuller, who is Ellen. Welcome, Ellen.
Welcome.
We're glad to have you both with us. What are you drinking?
I am drinking. I haven't actually had a sip of it yet, so I will be drinking. I shall be drinking. What are you drinking?
Finish your sentence.
But mine is more important. I am drinking Plum Deluxe tea, peach cobbler herbal tea that is not on silent. Probably have a Verizon bill. Let me go ahead and put that on silent. Yes, I do. Sorry about that. There we go. A sweet and savory blend. Slow down and give thanks. So this is all organic, rubus. I know someone gave me a pronunciation this one time. I think it's rubos. Rubio. Well, the I is before the B. Ruibos?
Ruibos. Yeah. Okay, however.
Ruibos.
I can't read it because it's too little, so.
Roobos.
Ruibos?
Ruibos?
Ruibos? I don't know.
I always used to say Rubios, but that would be a mispronunciation. Anyway, then also there's honeybush tea, apricot pieces, apple pieces, cinnamon, ginger, cocoa nibs, safflower, calendula, natural peach, and herbal essences. Love, gratitude, no caffeine. You see the N and the O before the caffeine?
It's still not bolded. Andy, it's still not bolded.
So.
Poor Andy. Give him a hard time.
It's okay. He can take it.
He can take the hit.
Without hesitation.
Yes, without any kind of hesitation at all.
I guess I should hit the...
I am having spiced tea because I had my chai tea this morning, and I'm only trying to have 1 cup during Lent. So.
And it's Holy Week.
And it's Holy Week. So, and it's in my Team Owl cup that Davina got me for Christmas.
Oh, I need to show my mug. Tortoise versus hare.
Team Owl.
Okay, you need to take a sip. That's good.
Spiced tea is kind of strong, so I need to
clean your palate.
Yeah. You're not gonna get me sick, are you?
No.
You said you weren't feeling well.
I'm better. I got better.
Smells good.
It is good. Slurp.
Sorry.
You left spittle on my cup.
Did not. That is not spittle.
Oh, it's so. You gotta put it down, Mom.
Can't
She
quite
took
taste-
2 sips.
I can't quite taste what's in it.
Well, I told you what was
Yeah,
in
you
it.
told me it was in it. Maybe because it's not a recognizable. It's really good. I can taste. Is there coconut in there?
There's chocolate in there.
Something tastes really good in there.
It might be the apricot. Well, you see, there's cinnamon. There's apricot.
Whatever it is, it tastes really good. It might be the chocolate mixed with.
Oh, it's caramel.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's the caramel. That's exactly what I tasted. That was really good.
It is really good. A+, Andy.
Me likes. Okay.
You likes?
Me likes. All right. Let's move on. Welcome everybody. Getting into promotions.
I think I had this shawl upside down. Not upside down. Inside
Inside
out.
out. Doesn't matter.
It does too.
Does not. It's nobody can see it but you. All right. For the for the 5-year podiversary, I mentioned a lot of this last podcast. All the kits have gone out. Some of you have received the kits according to my tracking, so that's awesome. The last of them went out yesterday, so keep an eye out for them. Thank you very much, everyone who bought the kits, and we hope you enjoy them.
Thank you, thank you.
The podiversary itself is the 15th of May, as we said, and we have several giveaways that we are doing, and those threads will go up probably at the beginning of May sometime, okay? And on offer are the is a knitting needle set, a Tunisian hook set, and a couple of yarn bundles. I think their sweater quantities are pretty close too. And Laura Smoot has donated very generously a set of her Game of Thrones collection, which is awesome. 5 patterns. And I have 1 skein of the PHN Fun in the Woman Cave yarn sport weight for a giveaway as well. So if you were not able to purchase a kit and you were interested in the yarn, because I'm not dyeing it up for a while here, it's whenever. I don't know when it's going to go back in the shop. So if you were interested in that yarn, you have a chance to win it. Okay. And we'll talk more about that in May. Okay. Now, in other groups, currently going on, the Yarn Eye Cappy podcast. Now, a few people have asked me, and apparently have asked Cappy as well. I think I may have misunderstood her message, but they were having trouble finding her. And I put a thread in the Ravelry group to tell you how to find her. Okay, so you won't have as much difficulty finding her. Mm-hmm. She's having a cow to help fight depression, and
For a second, I thought you said she's gonna have a cake. I'm like, I want a cake.
and to support ourselves, to make ourselves happy. And it started January 1st and goes through to the end of the year. Anything that you make for you that makes you feel happy counts, and double dipping is encouraged. So if you do something bright and cheery, you can put it in our autism awareness. You can find Cappy at the Yarn and I Cappy. That's her podcast. Her group is the Yarn and I. The Yarn. Okay, I put it in the podcast group because in our group, because when I did her link, it didn't take me to it, so I had to go search her out, and it's in the podcast in our group under how to find Cappy, I think is what it says.
Something like that.
And her Etsy shop is the Yarn and I. Okay, and Cappy, thank you for this information.
And guys, I'm sorry for not being online much this week. I'll explain why later.
Right. Okay. Now, I'll get more information about Cappy when we hit the autism awareness stuff. Okay, the Comforting Crafts Angel Hat Cowl, which is B-Wing of the Comforting Crafts group. It's no longer just the Angel Hat, it's any hats. And Brittany has it going until May. The end of May. Okay, and you can post one progress picture per week, and whenever the FOs are finished, the FO. If you want to donate to her charity, that's wonderful. If you don't, that's fine. It doesn't matter.
Also, for anyone who is making a ton of hats and wants to split where they send them, I talked to a coworker who volunteers at a mission they deal a lot with the homeless, with people who are trying to get over alcoholism. Mostly men, although sometimes they'll have women come and pick up supplies there, even if they can't stay. But they are always in need of hats and scarves and things like that, particularly hats, because they wear them all year round. Mm-hmm. So I am going to be collecting those as well as baby hats.
Right. So, if you want to give them if you don't have a place to put all these hats, Brittany's taking them, we're taking them. Mm-hmm. If they're bright colored, they can go on our Autism Awareness Cal. So, if that's just putting that out there for you, okay? And she has prizes there, okay? Now, Packing It's, who is Heidi from the Packing It's podcast, she is doing, again, her second annual Bright as the Sun Cal. And that does not mean it has to be bright colored necessarily, although that's encouraged. Anything that has to do with Bright as the Sun. Somebody, I think it was Sheila, who posted a palm tree that she had made. It was really cute. So anything that makes you think of, sunshine and summer and all that kind of stuff. And her rules are in the group. She does include whips, FOs, and chatter. All's
black
welcome.
Makes me think of sunshine because of an eclipse.
If you can make a case for it, she might allow it. Okay, you have to be a member of the group. 1 whip per project per week. Projects that are already started are acceptable.
Was that a Bonnie Tyler song, Total Eclipse of the Sun?
Yes.
Okay.
They're acceptable, and as long as you work on them during the Cal. If the whip turns into an FO, then you can obviously post that as well. If you use the yarn from Heidi's shop, you can post a second FO picture, okay? And she is encouraging double dipping. It goes March 1st through July 1st, all right? And the rules are in her group. She's accepting knitting and crocheting, whatever you want to do, okay? The Undead Yarn Designer Along, that's Heidi from Undead Yarn. That's
Heidi's
Indie Girl.
new podcast stuff.
Yes, I saw that, but it's an interview. It's not an actual podcast.
I mean, interviews are good too, but
yeah, I went I love the interviews, but okay. The Designer Along for this 2-month period of time up through, let's see, January, February, March, April and May is Laura Smoot. Okay, that's who Heidi is featuring. So yay, Laura.
Yay, Laura.
And check out her group for the rules. I believe she's accepting. Yes, she is accepting whips as long as you work on it.
She is?
Well, you said she was.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant that she'd accept them as in the prize pool.
No.
I got excited.
The whips can be on the Instagram.
Okay.
I think that's still how it's going. But look at her group. That's the Undead Yarn group to make sure of the rules there. We want to support Laura. She's a PA tenor, and we want to support her and Heidi, who's also a PA tenor. So that's really cool. Laura Concert from the Crochet and Hoovian podcast, she's Crochet and Hoovian,
It's funny.
has a cal for the cobblestone hat, which is the Susie Gorley cobblestone hat, which obviously that's a cal because it's knitted. And I don't know how long that's going. The rules are in her group. They're probably very similar to our rules because those are the rules she usually uses. Then there's the Harry Potter Cal the Victorian Studio podcast, and that's a year-long cal as well. That is Maureen, who is, she's a Victorian Studio. She's very talented. She's very knowledgeable and enthusiastic, and if you're not watching her podcast, you should check it out. And she doesn't just stick to knitting and crocheting, although it's predominantly that. She has forays into sculpting things and making stitch markers and dyeing and spinning and all kinds of stuff. So she's really a lot of fun to watch. Mm-hmm. And it's this Harry Potter, as it says, it's basically Harry Potter themed. The yarn, the project, the pattern, whatever it is, however you can tie it in. So that's something.
Yeah, I need to cast on my Harry Potter yarn as soon as I finish my Plum Deluxe socks.
Right. Okay, now, for autism awareness, do you have anything before we go to autism awareness?
I don't think so.
Okay. This is Autism Awareness Month is April, but we're doing the 3 months so that you guys have a relaxing time working on projects.
Something. We need to poke the persons who won prizes who have contacted.
Right. Before we get into autism awareness, the Sweater Shawl Along, which had such wonderful participation, and we've heard from almost everybody who has won a prize, but some of you may not have been tagged, so we do want to.
Well, we attempted to tag you, but the show notes didn't work.
Right, and then Valeria was able to get the stuff up, but not everybody got tagged. She didn't think so. I think these two people probably didn't get tagged. So we need to hear from prize winners Seductive Berry, who is Maria, and Stitched by Mimi, who is Sandy. You need to contact us. Look on episode 253 to see what you won, and contact me with your name and address so we can get your prizes out to you. If we don't hear from you by the end of the month, we'll have to redraw the prize, and believe me, you don't want to miss these prizes.
Yeah.
Okay, they're really good that you got. So,
And you'll probably get a couple more chances simply because I didn't tag you the first time around.
well,
I wasn't
the end of the
able
month
to.
is 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, so if we don't hear from you from the first week, by the first week of May, we'll have to repull. So please do contact us, because you deserve what you won.
Yeah.
And we'd love for you to have them. Okay, they're nice prizes. All right. Let's see here. Okay. I said the autism awareness is running from April through June 30th. The Cal, even though the month is April, because we want it to be a relaxed Cal that you can enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And we really appreciate your support. A lot of you have been with us since the inception of this Cal. We really
Yes.
appreciate you staying with us. Okay, now
Inception's a movie too. I don't
Yes,
think I've
it
ever
is.
seen that movie.
Heidi, who is Undead Yarn, I don't know if she's still taking pre-orders or if she's done, has her Autism Awareness colorway up again this year. She's been so generous with doing that for us. If you buy the yarn, I believe she puts a percentage towards, I think she goes to Autism Speaks, but I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I know I picked up some of her yarn for Autism Awareness. I just haven't started anything with it yet because I need to. I'm stuck. I need to. Pretties. Finish something first.
Right, butterflies. So, yeah, so Heidi does have yarn available, or did. Check her shop. I think she still does.
I think she still does.
I think she's going to do it until the end of April.
Because I've seen several posts on Instagram regarding the yarn, I think.
Right, and I think once April's over, I think she starts getting busy with, like, fiber festivals and things.
Yeah.
So you might want to, if you want autism yarn from her, you might want to hurry over to her shop and see if it's still available for pre-order, or PM her or whatever and see if she's still doing that, because the yarn is beautiful. The only reason I haven't gotten one is because Laura gave me one last year and I haven't used it yet. So Laura Concert, so that's probably going to be an owl or turtle or something. Sorry, Heidi.
The one that I have in my stash from last year is a fingering weight one that was set aside for socks.
Right.
But the one I picked up this year was worsted or DK, and I think I'll make a hat out
And
of
I've
it.
already used a couple of skeins of her autism awareness yarn, so I've got that one put aside for something. The one I have, I'm just waiting for the right time, because I have to be careful with my hands, as you know. So I will get to it because it's beautiful. But anyway, if you want one, long way around. If you want one, check out our Etsy store. It's Undead Yarn. Okay, now to get on to the pertinent information. This, along as I said, will run
Versus impertinent information?
Yeah, no. Okay, yes. All right, April 1st through June. All right. Okay, please tag your. We have 3 co-hosts. We have Cappy, who is the Yarn Night Cappy. Oh, yeah, Cappy. I'm sorry. You know what? I will do Cappies when I see your thing. Stop it. And then, all right. So we have the Crocheting Whovian, who's a Crocheting Whovian podcast group. She is one of our co-hosts, and she has been. This is her second year doing this with us. Cappy, the Yarn and I, and Jessica, who is Monkey Butt Babies from the All in a Day's Fun group. Now, somebody had asked me, or had a question about the fact that only 2 of us had actual autism awareness threads up. I believe that one of our groups, I believe Cappy's group, she has the flow, the thread for the flow shawl. I think it's the flow, and there's another shawl. I can't remember what it was. I think one is knit, one's crochet. I may be mistaken, but you can check her group. And it's called the Flow Wrap or Flow Shawl. And she has, it says there, the Flow and Autism Awareness or something like that. And I think anything else that's Autism Awareness, if it's bright colors and you do it for yourself, it goes into the 1, 2, 3 and MeCal. Check with Cappy to make sure of her rules, because they're quite a bit different from ours, but they support the same thing. So check with Cappy. She'll tell you what threads to put your autism projects in, okay? Jessica has agreed to be a co-host, but she's super busy, so you may not have time to put the thread up yet, or she may decide to pull or to do her participation through our threads. I haven't had a chance to talk to her yet. I think she's doing some kind of a book. She's working on a book of patterns or something. So she's kind of busy right now, but we will work out the ins and outs with that when I get in touch with her again. But in the meantime, we have 3 threads to put things in, and just clarify with Cappy where you want to put your objects. If it's a flow wrap, it's very definite. If it's a brightly colored thing, I think it goes in the 1, 2, 3 for me, Cal, but I'm not positive. Just talk to Cappy about that. Okay. Let's see here. Of course, you have to be a member of each of the groups in which you are participating in order to be eligible for the prizes. 1 WIP per project per week. The FO, whenever it's finished, you get double chances at a prize for FOs that are Franciscan Gypsy designs, that use my yarn, any bright colors, that use Heidi's, Undead Heidi's autism awareness yarn, or that have that use any of Laura Concert's patterns. I think she has 2 or 3, a hat and a toy and maybe something else, I forget.
All I know about is the hat, or
Right.
a toy, actually.
And for that FOs only, for those things, the my yarn, Undead Heidi's yarn, autism awareness, Talia's patterns, and Crocheting Juvia's patterns. Make sure that we're aware of what they are, because they have to have 2 photos, so you have 2 chances for the FO only. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, I said it right. Okay. Okay, let's see. Chatter, Whip, and FOs will all be in the same thread. Okay.
Because it encourages chatter.
Yes, it does. We like to encourage the chatter. It's always a little more difficult when you have to chatter in a different thread. So
Well, yeah, because people aren't as likely to post their projects in 2 places.
Mhm.
They're likely to post it in a place where they can get the prize.
okay, I found what Cappy has on her rules. She's planning to support autism awareness by offering special prizes for those hashtag 123 for me Cal participants who join in her in the April-June knitting the flow wrap. The wrap was designed, by GK Green Designs, especially for 2017 123 for me Cal. Okay, it's a free pattern to anyone who signs up. You have to talk to Cappy to get that code if you're a member of the group. You can also participate in the 123 for me Cal, making an item for yourself, which would have to be, of course, bright colored. Okay. So, and if you do the flow wrap in bright colors, that would be autism awareness. This is all in her group, so just and
Check
if,
her out.
and if it's confusing, ask her. She's very approachable and she's very friendly. Okay, we do have several prizes that I went over last week, so I'm not going to go over them this week. Only to say that we're very, very appreciative to all of our donators. Okay, I did want maybe I will. We have Cappy has donated a set of turtle stitch markers, which you'll see on one of my projects. Part of them, beautiful, that her mother made. She not the ones on my project, but a separate set. And Red Salt Box, who's Lisa. Remember, she had donated 3 Delaque needle cases. Well, we have 2 left. One of them will be for this Cal. Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie from the Never Cast Off podcast. She's half of that, so she's doing 2 patterns, one for each of 2 lucky winners, and her patterns are really nice. The second half of that group, who is Sheila, she is giving a $25 credit for merchandise from her Etsy shop, which is Thank God for Bags at Etsy.com. And this is her. I don't know if you can see that.
Rawr.
Thank God
They
for
can
Bags.
see it.
And she sent us those nice little progress
Hang on,
keepers.
let me flip them over. They are
Progress keepers.
And
And
one's the one on this side is an old-fashioned telephone,
Mm-hmm.
and the one on this side is a fairy sitting on the moon.
right. So those are the stitch markers that she sent us. Thank you very much, Sheila. Leave my fairy alone.
Oh, you get to keep your fairy. I didn't want your fairy.
I know, because you're a telephone person. I think the fairy's whimsical and I want it.
Mine has a heart. See, that's a heart.
What?
Does yours have a heart?
Mine has a fairy sitting
No,
on the
I mean the
moon.
latch. See, that's a heart latch. Look at the shape of
Yeah,
the latch.
yeah, it
Isn't
is.
that cool?
Oh, that is cool. Haha. But if you want to see this more clearly, she has a banner at the bottom of our group. You know, where they have all the banners for shops and things. She has a really cute one for Easter, actually. But she is Thank God for Bags at Etsy.com, homemade project bags. You can follow her on Instagram for updates and sales. Thank God for Bags. You may see a bag you can't live without. So check it out. Okay, and thank you very much for your generosity.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. And then we also had a that Imaginarium book that Kayleen, who is Tamora, redonated back to us because she didn't want us to pay the postage to Australia. I think she's in Australia, overseas. So she's redonated it so somebody can win it for the autism awareness. And then Maureen, we showed you the lovely puzzle pieces, Progress Keepers, that she made for us.
The Progress Keepers?
Progress Keepers that she made for us. And she made 3 sets, one for each of 3 lucky winners. And I have, I think I have mine on one of my projects already, or maybe I haven't had a chance to put it on yet. I have it in the bag. So that's very sweet of her. And that's it for now. Okay, so that's for that. Now,
This really does taste like a peach cobbler.
I think it tastes more like caramel.
Oh, most peach cobblers are strongly caramel.
No, apple cobblers are strong.
There's also apple in this too, but
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to just do something really, I'm going to read this, but I went online to look up the definition, a real, just matter-of-fact definition. And this is from Webster's Dictionary
so
online.
it's not necessarily like a DSM-4
right,
or
okay.
5 definition.
This is just the definition of autism according to Webster's Dictionary online. That autism is a variable developmental disorder that appears by age 3 and is characterized by impairment of the ability to form normal social relationships, by impairment of the ability to communicate with others, and by repetitive behavior patterns, called also autistic disorder. So essentially, what they're saying, it's a developmental disorder. Usually it appears between the ages of, babyhood and age 3. Davina started showing signs at about 18 months. We thought that maybe she was feeling displaced at first because I was pregnant with Talia, and we thought maybe that had something to do with it, but it wasn't.
I was the beginning of all her problems.
She had night terrors. And I thought at first that was just that my husband had gotten a remote assignment overseas, and we were military, and for those of you in the military, that means that the husband or wife or whoever goes somewhere and we stay behind. So she would scream at night. So that was, I think that's one of her idiosyncrasies, because everybody's different.
Yeah.
But she does have developmental delays, and I'm sure that some of the autistic spectrum people don't have as severe developmental delays. Hers is moderate, I would say. I'd say that she probably falls into the range of, depending on what day it is and what the area is of what she's dealing with, she probably could be anywhere between 10 and 14.
That's usually what I tell people.
For developmental. She's intelligent.
Now, for those who think that Davina looks like she's about 15, she's 30. She's actually 30. She's going to be 32.
She'll be 32 in May.
So, just to give an idea of how much the delay is. Because she looks a lot younger than she actually is.
And she's very aware of it. She hates anything that smacks of baby stuff, or that makes her, think that people feel that she's young, young in terms of a child.
She doesn't mind being mistaken for a teenager, though.
No. But she doesn't like people thinking of her as being a child.
Yeah.
She's a bit of a dichotomy, and I think that this is true of a lot of the more intelligent, the more aware, the more self-aware, and the more able to realize what's happening, that they have that dichotomy where they know what's going on, there's something wrong, and they can't really do anything about it. And it's frustration. She has a lot of frustration. But the impairment of the ability to form normal social relationships, she will go, and on the one aspect she'll be hugging strangers and telling them all kinds of things, and on the other hand she's hiding behind me because that person over there is evil, for whatever reason. Usually she has a little more trouble with males than females. But on the one hand she'll be really friendly to somebody, and the other hand she won't be. She'll say things without thinking, and I always used to like to kind of relate it to on the Golden Girls, when I think the mother's name was Sophia, and she always used to say whatever because she had a stroke or something, so she didn't have any filter.
Right.
This is what she does, and she kind of just says things. Or
Some of the things she says,
yes,
too.
go ahead and tell her. Go tell him.
Which one?
The current last one.
The one she said to you, or the one she did in the grocery store?
Oh well, gee. Why don't you just tell one? We can tell the other one later. Before we go on, I want you to understand we're not making fun of Davina.
No.
Okay, we're trying to give you an idea of what life is like or can be like with someone on the spectrum.
And actually, it's truly adorable.
It
a lot
is.
of times.
It is. Once you get over being embarrassed and shocked.
Yeah, she, as you guys know, I have had a lot going on.
Excuse me, you're going to have to tell this afterward because we are way over time.
We are.
We will be back with the story, keeping you on
Tenderhooks.
Okie dokie. Okay. She was going to tell you a story.
Yes. I think, well, as you guys have known, I've been having, and this is pertinent, some health issues lately, which seem to be resolving themselves with medicine. But at the time, when we were still in the process of, the beginning process, going through tests and everything, I'm trying to think of which one to tell. I think I'm going to tell the one that I found out about afterwards.
Okay.
I had gone into work, and even I think the first shift I gone in, after having to call out of work for 3.5 shifts, because one time I had to go down to the ER. 2 other times I just didn't come back because I was working 3 shifts in a row. And then the last time I tried to go into work, and then I almost passed out and had to go down the ER again. But I go into the work for the first time in, about a week or so. And Mom's trying to head to bed, and Davina says to Mom something to the effect of, I hope Talia's going to be okay. I don't want to be an only child.
I don't want to really be an only child.
And then she went to bed. Leaving Mom to think on that for the rest of the night.
She has a talent. She doesn't think about the normal, possible reasons. It's the extreme. But we were trying to just talk a little bit about how, she is unfiltered.
Yes,
yeah, she
very
is
unfiltered. And there isn't necessarily the connection to realize what the effects of her words might have
on somebody else. Because you ask her about that. She's like, I have to show I care. I want to show I care. But she doesn't think about what she's saying or doing.
And it's not even with that emphasis. It's, I just want to show I care.
Yeah. Well, the reason I said that was opposed to me.
Yeah.
She's more concerned with showing she cares. She's not able to put herself in that, to understand sometimes what other people might be feeling. And that's part of a communications thing. But
and that's what a lot of, it's a social aspect.
And this is very much a social. There are apparently there are 3 categories, if you will, or divisions in this autistic spectrum disorder that have been kind of combined, and I'd have to look it up. What's the DSM-5 as opposed to DSM-4? But
because I think that's the most recent.
Yeah, and they have lumped. I believe they have lumped autism, Asperger's, and what's it called? Pervasive. I can't remember it. I'll have to look it up. I'll tell you about it next week if I can find it. But they've lumped a lot of things together, which a lot of people still use the terms, at least
because the DSM-5 is so much newer.
Right, people still use the terms, but and we'll get into, hopefully we'll get into a little bit of that later. So we'll move on. I just wanted to give you a little brief overview of, maybe not overview is the wrong term, but general
introduction.
What we're doing, yes. So I can't talk today. It's okay.
You can't.
You all are used to that, so. Okay. All right. Let's move on to our rough drafts.
How many have you?
7.
The Magnificent Seven?
Magnificent 7.
Let me throw that down there. Let me move things.
She's
in.
throwing things.
I am.
That's why
throwing.
my room looks so messy, because she throws things.
I don't throw
And
things
she
out.
breaks things.
Everything I touch.
Everything she touches.
Whoopsie is a bunny.
Hmm.
My stomach's growling.
What a rude stomach.
Mm-hmm. I think next break I should eat something. All I've had is chocolate and tea today.
Decaffeinated tea.
Decaffeinated.
I would have decaffeinated chocolate.
Yes. So I have 1.
She's pointing her
2.
thumb at me.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
You have to go first.
8, 9, 10.
I'll just sit here for a little while. I get to rest.
Well, I'll just keep doing 2 for a little bit. Because you have how many sets?
7.
7, so for like the first 2
2 or
or
3.
3, I'll do 2. Let me.
La, la, la,
So,
la. It goes around the world. La, 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 la.
the
It goes around the world.
first one is This is Kay's Fault Miter Square Blanket. And actually, I hadn't worked on this until yesterday because I was talking on the phone with somebody and we stayed on the phone for about 4 hours, so there was some knitting that got done. And this was one of the easier things to work on while I was on the phone. This is Kay's Fault Miter Square Blanket, which is made up of scrap, sport DK, worsted weight. I think I might have a bulky in here occasionally. Yarns, and these are made from I made projects with these yarns. I've had these yarns gifted to me. I can't remember if this one might have been from a shawl. I don't know. No, I think this was gifted to me.
Yeah, because you don't usually put your stuff like that. You usually wind it up in a ball.
Yeah, you're right. So this was given to me, but it looks very similar
To what you have your shawl.
to what I have in my
Forest floor.
Forest floor, yeah. And I wonder if it is that yarn, but I'm not sure who gave it to me to ask them.
Right.
It looks almost like something that Laura.
Does she do the mini skein things?
She does. She has. So. Anyway, so these were the 2 that I worked on this week. I finished this square, which had been started last week. It has my little teapots.
I'm a little
Teapot, short and stout. There's that one, and then what?
I was just thinking about Dan talking about putting aprons, and I thought we just need a little teapot.
Well, you did see that teapot outfit that Mrs. Potts outfit that Lindsay Sterling wore.
Oh yeah.
Well, apparently she did a violin
I think I saw
compilation for Beauty and the Beast, and she got she got connections with the London. I think it was London's Broadway, London's musical, even their former Broadway.
You'd have to ask Dan. I don't know.
London stage to get their Mrs. Potts outfits, and she actually had an official Mrs. Potts
Oh, how fun!
outfit for that.
Excuse me.
But anyway, so we need that apparently. I started this one last night, so I got quite a bit knit on it while I was on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I actually only have a few more rows, which is why I'm already winding up this one.
Awesome.
So it is all Kay's fault. And this is in my Mama C Tutors bag.
Very pretty. Très pretty.
It is très pretty. Then the next one that I need to show, because I need to do a couple in a row, is one that I don't get to show. How about that? Come here, precious. Let go.
Go, my
Lex.
ego.
Like, oh my Eggo. I haven't had Eggos in a long time.
Tomorrow we're going to have little mini pancakes because it's by Wednesday.
Now we need to explain what that means.
Yeah, well, I think most Christians know what that is.
No, I know. Up until a few years back, I didn't know what Spy Wednesday was.
Well, when Judas betrayed Jesus, he did it for 30 pieces of silver.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do as Catholics, not every Catholic, we didn't do it until recently,
yeah,
but
it was
till about 15, 20 years ago, is they have little pancakes about the size of pieces of silver.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we don't eat 30 of them. That would be like 3 servings. But we have like 10 of them.
You could eat 30 of them.
So that's our main meal on Spy Wednesday, which is...
If it
It's-
was your
it's a
dinner,
Wednesday
you
before.
could have 30 of them.
No, it's 1 serving. 10 is 1 serving.
Just saying.
Some
you
are 10, some
could.
are 11. But you get the little... Or you can make your own little mini pancakes, and it's to represent the 30 pieces of silver that Judas received for betraying Jesus. And Spy Wednesday is the Wednesday before Holy Thursday.
Yeah.
As you go into the Triduum. So, yeah, that's coming up this week.
Yes.
Tomorrow, in fact.
So we get to eat our little pancakes.
Pancakes. Yes.
We
We started doing that when I was homeschooling the kids.
Yeah, I didn't think it was, I thought it was a little bit later, like we were in high school or something.
No, we were doing it, I believe we started in D.C.
Oh, you see, I don't
Or
think
not
we
in
did it in
D.C.
D.C. We
England.
did it here.
England. No, I know we did it here. I think we did it in England the
I
first
don't
time.
remember doing it that far back.
I know that I know you weren't, I don't think you were in high school yet. But anyway, regardless, we've been doing it for several years now. I don't remember exactly when we started, so it doesn't really matter.
I'm right, you're wrong.
Whatever. Whatever.
So, this in my Silvershed USA Kitties in the News bag is a design in progress.
Because she needs to hurry up on. Sort of. I don't want to push her too fast, though. Okay. In my... Yes. My Silver Shed Fun in the Woman Cave 5-year anniversary THN bag with the chameleons my husband drew. Anne's bag. Love this. It's the size large. Is my Blue Sky Shawl project, and I'm using US 8s. These are the only needles I think that I'm using that aren't Chow Goos. These are circulars that are harmonies. I did about maybe a row or 2 on this. And here's the turtle stitch markers
They can
that
see.
I was talking about that Cappy donated that her mother made, and I think there's 5 of them. And I think one is actually a progress keeper.
Mm-hmm.
And these are really nicely made. So they match my project, and it's growing a little slowly. The yarn is Utopia Lima in the Blue Sky colorway, and this was given to me by Laura Concert Crochet and Julian. And this is really soft. And this is I think it's a DK Sport, and it's over 600 yards.
It's alpaca, isn't it?
It's alpaca, 100% alpaca. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this. It's fun. This is kind of a nice mindless type of thing. In my THN Fun in the Woman Cave bag. Yay.
Which most of you should be receiving at this point.
Some of you
Order.
have already received it. I got notification that half of you have already received the bags, the kits. If you may not have picked them up yet, if you have post office boxes and things, but they are there. The first 7 have gone out. The other 7 are in transit. So they are on their way. They are out the door, going to you guys. So thank you very much for helping us celebrate in that way.
Yes. We look forward to seeing a bunch of chameleons. When you receive your kits, make sure to contact me so that I can send you your pattern.
Right, because there's a code there's a coupon code in there for your pattern.
Yes, so that I know that you legally have, that you actually have access to that pattern.
Right. Because
Obviously, I don't trust any of you.
None whatsoever. I don't know when that pattern will be available for actual purchase. So make sure that you get to her with the code so you can get the pattern.
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess it's my turn.
It is.
This one got a little bit of work. Oops, it's a bunny. Need to take a sip.
I don't have anything to drink right now. I have water.
This is most of what I worked on during the cardiovascular conference. This is for the first part of the cardiovascular conference, and then a little bit when I was on the phone last night. This, what is your major malfunction?
It's a unicorn. It's
Let's
a
do-
unipony.
hang on, you need to, let me,
It's a unipony.
there we go.
It reminds me when Hawkeye went, had my mind controlled. Bonk. Not a fan.
Because he has an arrow for that.
Well, it was flat though. It was
was
kind of pronged.
Yeah, but it was an arrow.
Yeah.
He has an arrow for that. I think I saw in the Versus thing they did between him and Green Arrow on one of those
I saw that.
Arrow one.
Yeah, I know he did. Stinks.
Well, Ollie's been doing it longer.
Yeah, I don't like Ollie that much.
Well, he's a bit dramatic and a punk at times, but we're talking about the traditional Green Arrow.
The traditional.
The one who will make dramatic statements and get a little bit hysterical at times.
Look how pretty that looks.
Yes, these are my Mike and Sully socks.
My socks.
Yes, they are Mom's.
'Cause I need more socks.
The classic sock pattern by Melissa Morgan Oaks. And the yarn is Undead Yarn in the base spider. That is her,
Sport? No.
no, it's a fingering.
Oh, that's right.
It's a sock blank.
That's right.
Um,
Is that why it's a spider, because of sock blank?
well, that's the name of the sock blank.
Yeah.
And the colorway is Mike and Sully. This was the first sock blank I picked up.
That's very pretty.
I know I still have Dad's socks that are in a sock blank that are being worked two at a time. I just haven't been working on them lately.
And I've got Andy's sock blank that I can't bear to use.
Well, I have another sock blank that is a Marigold Jen that is waiting to be cast on as well. But Mom has loved this sock blank for a while. And this was before Heidi winding up
Right.
Mike and Sully to sell. So this was the only way you could get Mike and Sully for a while.
And it's still in the fingering weight, so.
Yes. So,
That's
it
pretty.
has grown. I am of two minds about how I feel about knitting from sock blanks, because I do find that they get tangled. I think it'll be nice to have both socks finished, but I'm also not a huge fan of Magic Loop.
Right.
So I think I might occasionally, every once in a while, still work sock blanks, but it's probably not going to be my go-to ever. I like working DPNs too much.
Do you have to do 2 at a time when you do sock blank? Oh. I bet if I do both together, I can make a toy with a sport weight.
Probably.
I just saw Heidi cringe.
I'm sure she did. I
Love you,
am
Heidi.
certain she did.
Love you, Heidi.
But the whole point of sock blank is to be able to have matching socks.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are pretty well matching. But yeah, they're very thin green stripe on the purpley blue.
It's so pretty. It's kind of a lavender. I don't see any blue in the purple.
I guess it is more of a lavender.
Yeah. I think you'll get the blue when you get to the
Yeah,
heels
you
and
will.
toes and things like that.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
So
I love the colors. Heidi does a good job on that.
it is pretty. And I do one more.
Yep. Tap, tap, tap.
In my Silvershed USA Falling Leaves purse are the Christmas Peppermint socks, which is basic rib sock using Magic Loop pattern by Melissa Bayer. And I'm using Dragonfly fibers in the base Dragon sock and the colorway Still Christmas. And what the confusion was the other week wasn't necessarily what the reference was to, even though that's what we said, but the way it's spelled is Stoll, and we weren't quite sure why they spelled it that
like
way.
Yeah.
I'm still in the gusset decreases.
Maybe it's a word that we're unfamiliar with.
Maybe. Because I know she's trying to be cute about something. I just can't figure out what the, you know, what she's trying to be cute about. Why she chose STOL. So there you go. It is looking like a sock.
It is. This one has an open mouth. There.
It's a hungry snake.
Hungry snake.
But yes. And
Is that a pipe from the...
It is. It's from the
gave
Lord of
you-
the Ring
yeah,
ones.
I gave you that, yeah.
The pipe one is one of my favorite of the Stitch Markers from Lord of the Rings ones. I also really like the sword one and the axe. The bow and arrow is nice, but it's a little bit more delicate.
Right. They don't have Arwen's little star.
I probably wouldn't like that one as much anyway.
Kind of delicate too.
Well, also, I feel like they overexploded her role in that movie because she was not that big a part of the
Right.
of the trilogy.
Well, you could have had a shield for
And I would have been fine with the shield for Eowyn.
Eowyn, yeah.
Although they didn't really make much of a note of any sort of.
They made more of a note of her sword than her.
Yes, they did. And when it came between the two swords, Aragorn's was more important.
Right.
Because
Did they have the little light thing that Galadriel gave Frodo?
I don't think so.
I thought there was something twisted.
I'll have to take a look at
I don't
it. I
remember.
don't think they had.
I don't
that.
remember everything that was on there. I just remember that. Oh, that's cool.
So yes, that is it. Oopsie, hold on. This DPN needs to go back in its purse.
Is that the fourth one?
It is.
Okay. All right. In my... Let's see. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, this one. In my Kiki Boo Holiday Owl bag is... I'm working on a preemie hat. And this is in the... It's a Cindy Loom. No, it's not a Cindy Loom. This is a plastic
Did you just
loom.
lie to everybody?
Yes. James C. Brett Marble Chunky, and I think this is the autumn colorway. And this is going to be a charity hat. I've got a lot of stuff out of this yarn. It's got an amazing amount of yardage for a chunky, and I've gotten several projects out of it. I still have this much left, so I think I have plenty to finish the hat. After that, I may... Well, Ty's not using anything like that. It's too bad, because I'm not going to have enough to do anything with. But you can see the colors are starting to change. It's getting more orangey. It's green and yellow on the bottom, or green and gold on the bottom. It's starting to hit the orange, as you can see on the thread, on the yarn there. So this is it's kind of my go-to kind of project when I can't think about anything else. I have this one and I have the bigger one, and I just can go round and round and round. The bigger one sometimes bothers my wrist, so I make sure I always have one of these smaller ones, either this one or this size here, which is like a toddler or a child.
Have you done anything with the little flower looms yet?
Not yet. I intend to, though. I've been so caught up in these hats and then other things that have kind of claimed my time. Besides, with your stuff and with the Easter stuff coming up. And the kits.
Excuses.
And the kits.
Excuses.
But yeah, so this is... I'm enjoying this. I like working with the looms. I hope to have this one done next week, but with Easter on Sunday, probably not. We'll see. Okay.
So the next one for me is in... Okay, we still have a little time. I think now I can go single projects.
How many do you have?
Oops, it's funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Um,
You'll have the last one then.
and this,
In this?
my Batman Silver Stud USA bag, is the Faded Glory shawl.
It's the bat signal bag.
And it's Lala Simple Shawl Pattern by Laura Linneman. And the yarn is Lady Fernicle Creations, bulky in the colorway Forever in Blue Jeans. So, it's got some work.
Wait a second here. Boy, it's noisy. There you go.
So,
Pretty stitch markers. The bunny stitch markers.
yes, they are the bunny. Pretty bunny stitch marker.
And I have her turtle on something else.
So,
I think it's on my bonfire.
it's growing. Basically, I go until I run out of yarn.
Very pretty.
So, and this was a shawl that I coveted when I saw that Heidi had made a white one.
I think mine's going to be white,
Mhm.
actually, because I don't have a white one. That'd be kind of interesting to work something in that color.
Right.
So I had the stole with all the baubles that, probably started off all my problems. Okay. Let's see. My next project is my Ladies of the Watch project. And this is by Laura Smoot, and I had been using some yarn that Maureen had given me called the Ladies of PHM, which I love, but it was taking me too long to work with, and I don't want to work a fingering weight on a shawl. So I put it aside.
Yeah, I don't particularly like wearing finger weight shawls. I just don't do it.
Well, I put it aside in the hopes that maybe Ty will make me some socks, or maybe I'll learn how to make some socks with it, because I love it. But I actually had a lot more done on this, and I figured out that somehow I got on the wrong side and couldn't correct. So I just took it all out, because I had made multiple corrections on this. I'm getting better at that. But I just decided that I needed to start it over again. So this is in the Perfectly Reckless colorway. It's Miss Babs Yowza What a Skein. And Ty made me a pair of socks out of this. She made herself a pair of socks out of this.
And this is from the leftovers of both of them.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because I gave you...
Right. So I'm using US 8s, ChiaoGoo red lace circulars, fixed. And as I said, the project is the Night's Watch. It's still called Ladies of the Watch. And I had about triple this when I took it out. But apparently I just could not pay attention, and finally I got it fixed. So here's where I'm at. It looks about as big as when I started. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's going to be too early to really see
it's too early to see really too much, but I'm enjoying this. I like the pattern. Ty had to explain a little bit to me because I'm a little unused to reading even a written pattern, not understanding that you had to go here for part of it and then you go here for another part of it. Once I got that, it's pretty self-explanatory. She writes a good pattern, and it's fun to make. So I'm hoping, I don't know, I can't guarantee anything, I'm hoping I have this done by Maryland Sheep and Wool. That's a month. So I'm hoping
That's
I can
a lot
do
of
that.
pressure.
It is. I'm not going to pressure myself. If I get it done, I get it done, but I hope I get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in my Ploverbird tea kettle bag. It's like tea kettles and sugar bowls and coffee pots and creamers and things like that. So, yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, let's see.
Might want to take a break?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So we'll be back in a little bit.
Hi.
Alrighty then. Whose turn?
I do not actually remember.
Well, how many do you have?
Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me see what the last one I talked about was, and then I'll be able to figure
I
out.
talked about the Ladies of the Watch.
I think that was the last one.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's this one next. In the Ploverbird Birdies on a Wire bag. Actually, it's gonna move bags, I think. It's going from Ploverbird Birdies on a Wire to my fun bag. So this is the Oops the Bunny pattern by me, designed by me. This is Miss Babs Yummy 3-ply in the Wild Iris colorway.
Not the Wild Iris.
I'm sorry. Miss Babs Yummy 3-ply in the Wild Iris. It is a Wild Iris. The colorway.
Well, it's the colorway, but it's not the color.
No, the color itself is Forest Floor, but it's a Wild Iris, which means that it's non-repeatable.
Right.
So let me move the pattern in this bag, and we'll move pieces by pieces. Upper body,
Bunny bottom.
lower body,
Body bottom.
bunny bottom. Yes, Kelly. Joe, girl, we're thinking of you. I think last time I just called her Kelly Joe. Bunny head. It's a deflated bunny.
It's adorable.
It's adorable.
Ear.
Ear.
Getting close.
Another ear.
I just let her juggle.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I'm just gonna drop these pieces in here.
Oops.
It's
a
bunny.
bunny.
I don't have any more teeth.
Neither do I.
And this is the beginning of a front leg. So,
Put the front on the bunny. Okay.
let me throw this for the tail in here.
It's a fairly good sized bag,
It is. Let's see.
considering you're just throwing things in here.
Yeah, I'm not even really trying to make that much room. There we go.
Okay. There we go. And mine has 2 almost full skeins of Miss Babs in my project in there, so,
There we go. So,
or 1.5.
fun.
Food in the woman cave.
The bunny's having fun in the woman cave.
Okie dokie. Alright, my next one is, let me see. Okay, this is my, because he asked me, this is the project from the Tie Me Up pattern by Brunette Design Studio Craft. It's my Kikiboo Puzzle Pieces project bag. Thank you, Denise. And I'm using US 3s, Chagu Red Lace, and I've made some progress on this. I did some of this while I was waiting for Talia to have her stress test. Stress echo. Did a couple-
Which, by the way, guys, it did come back fine, other than my heart rate getting up really fast. But
So that's good. So you can see that this is in the Shire colorway. This is Madeline Tosh. Very, very pretty colorway. I like it a lot.
it is very pretty.
Yeah, so this is beautiful. And I'm enjoying this. It's very repetitive. It's just, I think this is a free pattern, but I better not say anything until I know for sure, but it's a very repetitive. You just have to know where you're at so you can reverse it. So, very fun. Maybe we'll get done for Father's Day. We'll see.
Father's Day is what, June, July?
June.
I can never remember.
Your
So I'm
turn.
an awful daughter.
Yes, you are. Your turn.
You know, you're not supposed to agree with me. In my this one got a fair amount of work. In my Kikiboo Bags teacup bag are the Plum Deluxe socks, which is Miss L Basic Supply sock pattern by Miss L. And I'm using Lady Furnico Creation Sport Weight in the colorway Plum Deluxe. And these are for me.
You look pretty. I like the way it turned out.
So, sock number 1 is done. I actually finished this during the cardiovascular conference.
That's cool. I like the way it turned out.
I did too. So, there's that
It
one.
has this neat little. I like this little
White section.
white
there.
section, yeah. But I like pooling, so
Yeah, so
it looks like a. It looks like a animal.
it looks like a bunny.
It could. I thought more of a bat head.
That's a
but
bunny.
it's a bunny.
And then, started the second sock while I was there. So,
Very nice.
well, on my way.
Very cute. Oh, they're matching almost.
Well, yeah.
Cool. That's cool. Huh.
It'll be close.
Yeah. I mean, not exact, but that's cool.
Well, that's what, you know. Unless you do them 2 at a time and are really anal about your knitting, they're not going to be matching exactly.
No, but it's close enough.
Exactly.
I'm happy about that.
Yes. That's my sock.
Mhm.
Mine.
I like the way it turned out. It makes me happy.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. In my Turbonator 64, hi Kenneth, Mickey Mouse bag, my yellow large Mickey Mouse, very large Mickey Mouse bag that I won from Kenneth, is my Oceana Cowl project. It was a hat, but now it's a cowl. This is the colorway. It's Oceana. And it's from the Nifty Knitter Cowl with pom-poms. I'm not putting pom-poms. For the imaging, it's by Lion Brown. And I did a little work on this. Let me see here. At least they're completely different colors so you can see it on this huge round loom. I think I did maybe 2 or 3 rounds. It doesn't look like I did that much, but I'm happy with what I did. It's one of those things I can just kind of, you know, I have to pay attention sometimes because it splits a little bit and I'm not sure if I've done all the loops. So, but it's not a problem. It's just a matter of being awake when I do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a color. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this. It'll get done when it gets done.
When it's finished?
When it's finished. I've done a couple of hats on this, or projects on this loom, so.
Your yarn attacked me. You
It's-
should make it apologize.
It doesn't apologize.
Wow. It's a
It's
sign
a sign
of
of
weakness.
Reference.
Okay. Turtle.
My turtle's name is not Turtle.
Well, it is when she's in trouble.
No. Her name is PG, and if you keep knocking around with project bags, she deserves to be able to do what she wants.
She wants to eat the floor.
And she wants to eat your leg.
Okay. Violent turtle. In my Knitting's My Bag, nurse's bag, is the Grayson hat, which is the angel hat by K.F. Jones of Bakery Bears fame. I'm using shepherd's wool in the colorway Frosty Blue. This is stash yarn. Old stash yarn.
Very pretty.
And this is for Mom.
Yay.
And
Pour moi.
this is for the You're My Hero cow that the Bakery Bears are doing. Plus for
The angel hat cow.
the Angel Hat cow. I'm in the crown decreases.
Very, very pretty.
So. And the pattern.
That's showing up a lot brighter than it is. It's more of a,
Well, like it said, a frosty blue.
yes, exact. It's more of a cool blue than
Yeah.
a bright. It's very pretty.
So, slowly decreasing.
Yay.
Um,
You have to tell me how you end up doing your actual decreases if you go to DPNs or.
oh, of course we'll go to DPNs.
Yeah.
I'm just not ready to quite yet.
And kind of on the same vein, in my Cloverbird,
Veins?
yes, don't touch me, you vampire.
Veins.
Stop.
Veins.
In my hands. Okay. In my Cloverbird, Woodland Creatures in the Park is my Samwise Gamgee, which is also my angel, and I'm a lot less close to finishing than Talia is. I do what I can. I'm about ready to start the actual body of the hat. I'm about maybe a little less than half an inch away from that. So this is for my husband, and it's for the
You're My Hero
Hero
cow.
My cow and the angel hat. So this is, I really like this color. It's a shower colorway, and this is Marigold Jen. Oh, it's really pretty.
It is very pretty.
It's knitting up really nice. So that's, yeah, I'm using this. I'm using US 7s for this, and US 6s and US 7s, Chalgu red lace, thick circulars. Okie dokie.
Okay. So
Oh, the colorway is Scenic Route. I thought it was Shire, but it's Scenic Route.
you lied to them.
The Shire colorway was the tie.
Okay. So, the next one for me, oops, that's not what I wanted.
Oops.
Is a bunny.
It is?
And I have nothing to drink except water.
Water. Wawa.
Let me just go ahead and pick up that stitch there. Okay. Take a drink of water. Next one is the Lifesaver socks.
Shocks.
Socks. Yes, shocks. They're shocking. Shocking.
Shocking.
Shocking. Lifesaver socks, which is the Finish Line pattern by Spinning Laura. Laura Smith Designs. And I'm I'm using the yarn Stray Cat Socks in the colorway Lifesaver. And the bag is a now
Limited.
Lim-
yeah, it's now what's it called? Not limited.
special
What's the word? It's
exclusive.
It's exclusive, but why is it exclusive? It's no longer available.
Yes, she's not making bags anymore because it hurts her to do so physically. This is a KF Jones Briny Bears bag, and this is a Dachshund bag. I won this one. And here is the sock. It almost looks like it's inside out because I'm not used to working self-striping with all the pearls. But I do.
It looks nice.
It does.
That's pretty. You can't really see it, but it's right. There's little
Yeah.
lines there that the pearls. I guess that's where the pearls are. Or is that?
There's
those are
pearls.
knits?
These are lines are knits.
Yeah.
The whole sock is pearl.
Yeah.
It's a reverse
Yeah.
stockinette, except for the little knit lines.
Very nice.
So, yes, I am enjoying this pattern. I tend to knit simpler socks because a lot of times this is my TV knitting, or I'm just not feeling well knitting. You know. So that's what I generally like socks for. Right now, simple's kind of the way I go.
I think simple's the way a lot of people are going right now, just for whatever reason. Okay. In my Silver Shed USA 2X PHN bag that we did for our 500 members,
Yes.
that lovely Ann Brody did for us, is my Emma the Bunny project. And right now I'm using a 2.75 millimeter C hook and Sincere Sheep Luminous Decay in the Aegean colorway and Undead Yarn Witch Base in the Club Tropicana. Now, I love what I'm working this in, but I think I'm going to tear it out because this particular pattern gets very, very close on this size, and I want to change the yarn size. This will probably be used for Talia's upcoming pattern instead. I have a skein and almost 2 skeins of this for her upcoming pattern, because and use make Miss Mavs or something to make this, because it's just too hard on my hands. This hole is really small. I'm going to make an adjustment on here too. It's not that I don't like the way it works up. I do. It's going to be used in something else.
So then it won't hurt her.
Something that won't hurt my hands. So I do have this body done, and I do have the head done. If I can find it. Here's the head. And I started working on one of the ears. And having said that, it's not that I dislike the pattern. It's not that I dislike the yarn. I just can't do this size. It's hurting my hands too much. Every time I do it, my hands hurt. So I'm going to stop.
And hand issues have been a long time issue for Mom.
So here's
It's
the-
not that it's even necessarily the pattern's complete fault.
So I think this would have been really cute, but I just can't do it this way. So I'm going, and Taya can't even finish it because our gauges are completely different.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just probably cut the yarn. This is already cut anyway. And I'll probably, these are both cut, and I'll just...
Well, you could just save the pieces and then reclaim it if you end up needing it.
Right. Well, I probably won't use this yarn for your design because I'm going to
Yeah.
try to use all Heidi's yarn for
Yeah.
that. And, work from there. But I feel sad about it, but I just can't justify it. So it's going to be worked in a different yarn, probably in Miss Babs or maybe something even bigger. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe if you have like a bulky hanging out or something.
I don't have any bulky except for the white, and I'm not using that white.
Well, like if you get more of that acrylic-y stuff that you're using for the hats.
It splits, and I don't think it would be stiff enough.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about using Miss Babs.
Mhm.
And I have a couple colors that I might be using for that. So, okay. So do you have anything else? Yes, you do have one.
Yes, I do. In my Cloverbird Tart-Eye bag is Fun Baby, which is the seventh pattern by Kelly Van Niekerk, and it's Lady Furnico Creation Sport in the colorway Fun in the Women Cave. And this is what I had left over from making the chameleon.
It's gonna be such a bright and cheery little hat.
So, hang on, let me. And this can go for a little boy as well, because the last couple that I've cast on have been more for little girls. And this one got cast on, then got ignored for the rest of the week.
That's gonna be a fun hat.
It is going to be
A fun hat.
A fun hat.
Mhm.
So, it makes me smile to think some little baby's going to be wearing this.
Yes.
Um,
Do you think you'll be able to get more than one out of that? Or do you think it'll just be...
I could possibly. If I really wanted to, I could always do the size lower.
Or you could take... I have it left over up there, too, that's
Yeah.
hanging out right now. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, so...
Well, if there's enough between the two leftovers, I might do an adult hat.
Mhm.
But, I mean, this is what I have. I mean, that's not going to take...
Oh, yeah.
I have more than them.
Yeah, yeah. Right now, I don't think I'm going to do anything with it, but I might. We'll see.
Yeah.
So if you need it and I don't have anything planned for it, you can have it. But if I'm using it, then you can't.
Right.
So, all right. Okay, do you have any FOs? Yes, you do, don't you?
I do. Do
How many-
you?
No. How many do you have?
One.
One is the loneliest number that I've ever known.
So this is Baby's First Carousel. And I really do love this pattern.
pretty.
This is the 7th hat.
Very little girly.
I thought with the orange it'd be more little boy, but there is a fair amount of pink in here. So
It's very well. Usually, when you have a pastel like that, a lot of times it's. I mean, a boy could wear it and get away with it because there's not that much pink. God bless
Yeah.
you. But if you had somebody who had twins, they had a boy and a girl, and they had the two hats, they give that to the little girl,
yeah.
most likely.
So yes,
Very pretty.
I think I like it better than that other pattern that I did the other week, was because 7th hat tends to be longer,
Right.
and babies have big heads.
And it's very stretchy.
It's very stretchy. So, and you could cuff it if you needed to. So, it's just my preferred baby hat.
It's very cute. All right, moving on. Oh, right.
Royalties?
Do you have royalties?
Yes, do you?
Yes, just a couple though,
Okay.
and one of them's not related to knitting.
Well, I have several. First one, I initially got to pick this up to not only keep track of my steps, but I needed a watch because I broke one. I always break the strap. These straps are replaceable. I've kind of always wanted a new Fitbit, and this was supposed to keep track of heart rate as well. It does, but it's not terribly. I mean, it's accurate, but it's not as accurate as the medical grade
Well, yeah.
finger probe that I carry. But it's accurate enough.
Accurate, they know you have to use the finger probe.
But it doesn't help when I was a little on the regular side. But then for my heart rate. But I also picked it up because it did have the ability to do heart rate. I like that it attaches to my phone, because then I can be told when I'm texted or called or whatever. I don't have to have the phone, right out. So, and also it's interchangeable bands. For me, it's a huge deal because I'm always breaking my bands. So, Fitbit
a family
charge too.
trait.
Yes, it is. So, it's on right now. And actually, I feel like it keeps track of my sleep better than the other one I used to wear. Which is nice because I don't feel tired when I look at my sleep pattern anymore.
Right.
Whereas before I used to look at it and be like, man, I never sleep. I think this just does a little bit better of a job of keeping track. So, I like it. It also has, and I have used on here, particularly when I was feeling the heart rate going really fast, and I had already taken my medicine. There was nothing else I could do about it. And I really didn't want to get the dizziness, which is actually probably my least favorite symptom. It's not even dizziness. It's like the I'm almost going to pass out feeling. But it has deep breathing that it'll walk you through. Oh, I need to charge this thing. I'll charge it after I walk.
Yep, you need to.
So yeah, it has deep breathing and walk you through. So there's a lot of good things with this thing. So, Fitbit Charge 2. I have 2 things left.
I have 2, so you go ahead.
Okay. Well, these 2 are together, and then I have the tea. Davina's love language is jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
So she made this one, which is I'm not usually big into really large jewelry,
But she likes to make it.
but she likes to make it. So
She fixed one for me that I'm not going to show because I already showed it to you. But
Yeah.
the clasp was not like this, and it was hard for my
Yeah.
hands, so she fixed it.
and I really like this kind of clasp. I was wearing one of her necklaces at the cardiovascular conference, and I had cardiovascular conference was a work-related thing where we heard lectures on different cardiac things. It was completely unrelated. I didn't go to it because of health issues. I went to it because of work. But that I was wearing one of her necklaces she had made to have one of these clasps, and what was good is I had gotten really lightheaded, and along with that came feeling hot and heart racing and all that. Although the heart racing came before the lightheadedness. And the necklace started feeling tight because it was right up around the throat. So I was just able to pull it, and it made it so at least I didn't have that up around my throat. So having this kind of clasp was really good. Then this one is my favorite of the two of them. I need to pick up a flash shirt for all my flash jewelry. This has a little flash symbol in here.
Lightning in a bottle.
Lightning in a bottle. I mean, I guess if you were a fan of Greek mythology, you could say it was for Hermes. I believe he's the
Yeah, I think so.
one for Greek. Because I think it's Mercury for Roman.
I think you're right.
And this one's a little bit more classic. So there we go. Very nice jewelry.
All right, now, in this little letter that I got from Sheila she's Blue Yarn Always from the Never Cast Off podcast. She sent us, and I'm waiting to make sure what we're supposed to do with these. She sent us a couple of DPN holders.
Yes,
Okay.
very nice.
I'm quite certain she made these. So fabric is very nice. Choose happy, it says inside. So that's kind of cute. Little from the Moon Cave confetti. And then this one, I think, let's see, this one says, and I am very creative. Messy, and I am very creative. I love it. So these are very, very nice. Thank you, Sheila. We appreciate these very, very much. And then she sent us the stitch markers that we showed you earlier. So that was really nice of her. Okay, what do you want to show next?
Next I want to show, let me go ahead and do this last stitch. There we go. Is a Plum Deluxe tee. I've changed my tee to the Decaf Club. And even though the cardiologist said that I can have caffeine once things even out, I can have up to 2 cups a day, I'm going to make my club decaf and then just pick up caffeinated once as I want to, because then I won't have as much hanging around the house, because I'm just not going to drink through it as fast.
Right.
Especially right now when the medicine's starting to kick in, I'm starting to feel like myself again, even with activity, but I don't want to throw caffeine in my system yet.
And there's plenty of decaf and low caffeinated that she can, have 1 or 2 if she really feels the need. But
Yeah.
1 even might be plenty for her because she has all this wonderful, yummy decaf.
Yes. So, this one is Refreshing After Dinner Mint Tea, which is all organic honeybush tea, peppermint, spearmint, ginger root, marshmallow roots, clove, vanilla essence, no caffeine, and then, so there's that. Then I have a little pack of the Rejuvenation, which I actually already have a full pack of. It's ginger root, lemon peel, apple pieces, licorice root. Actually, I need to make sure I have this one.
Mm-hmm.
That my stomach's making weird noises. I need to have this one tonight, I think.
A little peppermint in it.
Yeah. Well, either the peppermint one or this one, but ginger makes me think of stomach.
Right, ginger too, yeah.
And this is a lot of ginger in here. So it looks like teeth.
Yes. Or apple peeps.
So I think I'll set that aside. I need to drink the ginger one.
Feels like red pepper.
It does. Garden Rose Herbal Tea. Rooibos, Rose Petals, Orange Peel, Smoked Almond Extract, Love and Gratitude.
There's no tea in it.
Rubios is a tea.
Oh, Rubios, yeah. I thought first was Infusion.
It's
Very cool. It's very dark.
Well, it's red, and that's what Rufio says. It's red tea.
Okay, now my last one is not a knitting related. This is something for my religious group, my Paulines.
Oh, I had one, but I didn't know. I left in the other room.
And this is because Father Alberione is up for sainthood. It's really hard to get his books. So this is called Pray Always.
Yeah, I was reading this one and made her want to read it.
Well, I thought I had it already because I've gotten almost everything.
But that's why you wanted to read it, though, is because I was...
Right. And this one, I got it. It said very good. It's all...
Is this yours or mine?
Yours.
Okay.
It's all...
I don't want to risk it. There we go.
I thought, it said very good, third-party seller on Amazon. And usually very good. Okay, this is perfect. It's in perfect condition. There's not a mark on it. There's no bending of the pages, nothing. I mean, it's absolutely perfect.
I love it when it says very good, but library card. And
Yes.
Those are my favorites.
I like those, yeah.
Because I like to see the library cards.
But this one has nothing. I mean, it must have been like in a school or maybe a church library or something, because it's in very, very good condition. So I'm really excited about that. So Green Earth Books, if you are looking for a book, check them out. I think they have like 96% rating,
and that's on Amazon.
That's on Amazon. If you're looking for used books, they might be a place to take a look at. All right, now I lost my notes here. Okay. Do you have anything for autobiography?
I do not believe so. I only have 2 lectures left on the medical history through biography class on great courses. I'm going to miss that class.
Okay.
But other than that...
Okay, well, I actually did my first poetry. I wrote a piece of poetry 2 days ago, I think it was, because a friend of mine from our Percolated group had been writing poetry, and I've been kind of stalling with my original writing other than the shared story. And he said some stuff about National Poetry Month and that they were doing a poem a day, and I was looking at the stuff he wrote, and I'm like, I haven't written poetry in years. So I did a piece of poetry. It was rusty, but it was okay. It had some rhythm to it and stuff, so it was okay. Not my best stuff, but I was happy with it. And then I did a little writing to the shared story. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. And for the Etsy shop, I'm going to go right into that, if that's okay.
That's fine.
I did make a very small update. I put in 2 skeins of the daffodil colorway in the sport weight yarn. So that is up in the shop along with whatever else is left. And that's all I did for that. Do you have anything?
No, I think that is about it.
Okay. Okay, my reading is basically the same stuff. I do want to have a little shout out to the ladies of the Never Cast Off podcast. They were very sweet about mentioning us again on their podcast. That is Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila, and Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie. They are in the Never Cast Off podcast, and they were very sweet about what they said to us, said about us, and they're amazing, and their podcast is wonderful, and you should watch it if you're not watching it. We also want to thank Ann Brody from the Silver Shed USA for all that she did to help us make the Fun in the Woman Cave kits a reality. We could not have done it without her. I just don't know what we'd have done without her. So thank you very much, Ann.
Thank you.
And we want to thank everybody who has done YouTube comments. Johnny Wisorek, Lucky Jenny Knits, Sally Thibodeau, Victorian Studio, Kelly Jo Crafts, Linda Brown. Thank you very, very much for all your comments on YouTube. I think I got everybody. If I didn't, I apologize for missing them.
She did it on purpose, I can assure you.
Are we podcasting Monday after Easter?
Yes, we should be.
Okay, so we will see you after Easter. We want to wish you all a very blessed Holy Week and Easter if you celebrate, and a wonderful week and weekend if you don't. We wish you the rest of the week full of knitting, crocheting, crafting, cooking, whatever it is that makes you happy, and we hope to see you here in the PHN Fun Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen Hook and Needles podcast, episode 254, and that's a wrap.